So, hey guys, you have joined Wicked Lady Hippy at the bar live. I'm at home, and apparently, I love to listen to music from in the background, but if it bleeds into the cast, then they don't like that. So, to turn it all down. Hope everybody's having a great week. We've got some rain here, but no storms. We're cool with the rain. I went out today to Walmart, ran out early. And they're so cute. It's a little tiny grocery Walmart. It's not the big one. And I've been going there for 15 years. Every time I come in, they say, "We still have never seen you in the same thing twice." They're so cute. It's almost like home week. Not quite as good as the VA, though, right? So, God, what to talk about today. There is so much shit going on. I don't even want to think about it mostly. I'm loving the new cartoons of President Trump talking to, well, I call her the giggle girl. In any event, it's really cool. It's like South Park. It's even better. Get a kick out of that. I'm running around, of course, like I said this morning, and it's fun to go because I actually do try to make sure I haven't worn it before, or maybe it was last year or something. Of course, I have to really wrestle with my closet in the mornings. You open the door and you go, "What do you got in there for somebody who's 60 and want to look good?" And the door slams shut. So that's not helpful at all. Right? That's my husband. You hear slamming stuff in the background. Yeah, he knows I'm on live, but since he's a husband, I guess that's the way it works today. Yep, there we go, slamming more shit. He's in one of his moods. I love that. We're retired. And lucky for me, he's got his man cave, and I have the whole downstairs. So we're good with that. I mean, he's got the microwave, refrigerators. We have two um, guest rooms upstairs. So we turned one into the man cave. In particular, because he had throat cancer, he beat it, but it left him with this really loud snore. And I was like, "You got to go to the couch. You got to go somewhere." I haven't slept since last year. So we stuck him upstairs about a new suite and fixed all that. Then my grandson got in just ahead of the pandemic from Korea, like myself. He's an Army veteran, which is why I pushed him to be an Army veteran. Of course, once he did Korea, he was ready to get out. I don't blame him. And well, let's see, apart from me, Army veteran, um, published author, grandmother of two, mother of one. And yes, thank you. I do look good for my age. I thought so too. I make this look good. Yeah, I ought to go on the runway. Show people what, hey, I ate last month. Like these girls ate some, I don't know, tortilla chips a year ago. The models nowadays, and I was always thin. So I enjoyed gaining a little bit of weight. I don't thank you again. Y'all got live chat going. We got live chat going. Let's see. I usually have several set up so that I can talk to anybody that drops by. So throw it in the comments. For God's sakes, do something. I'm an old woman. I don't make money doing this. I just think it's a great avenue for all of us to speak to each other, to laugh and learn, have a drink. I'm at the bar. I enjoyed this part. We were renovating when I got severely injured, and it took a year to even start to walk again. And so I'm really grateful to be up on my feet. So I finally went back to doing my podcast. Either those who know me have not found me on my new channel because the other channel had been suspended for non-activity because I didn't do anything for it. I would raise an eyebrow and scream for a nurse. So yeah, it was pretty bad. Let's put it this way: I had done all that. I had, injured myself so badly 2 weeks prior to Hurricane Helene, and that was the day the surgery was supposed to be performed at the VA. I've always used the VA, and of course, I got a call. We're already in the car. We've managed to get out. There's shit's falling down every fucking where. No, this is not for kids. Sometimes the army shows up. So, we get the call. Yeah, the surgeon's not going to make it today. It's like, we probably won't either. We may not make it home. And I can't walk. I can't move. So, he's got and my husband was my only caregiver. And yes, we have a son. We have a grandson. We have a granddaughter. None of them showed up. My grandson came by 4 times in that year that I was bedridden. He came four times. You can't blame him. He's 26. I was 26. I was in another country, for God's sakes. Poor mom. I'm adopted. And I called the woman and I said, love you. I have orders to Germany and I'm leaving now. I got married a few weeks ago and I am also pregnant. So, because in order to call home back those days, you didn't have cell, none of that. So you got a freebie call for 3 minutes through the government. So you had to get it all in there. If you tried to call long distance yourself, and they finally started using cards and so forth to do that, but it was a mess. And so we got to do that, and they would line us up, every few weeks. Those who wanted to could run in and talk to their families for 3 minutes. It was pretty cool. You didn't have to pay for it, but it was a lot to unload on the 60 some odd, adopted parents. Just like, okay, nothing really phased her. So I was really glad it was she who answered the phone instead of Everett, the adopted father. He could not process that on top of going active duty, the WAC Corps at the time, I didn't know it until I landed, had been disbanded. It's the Women's Auxiliary Corps. And the women, that would be me, that was traveling with me, were being sent to South Carolina, Fort Jackson. RCOs, drill sergeants, all of them were Vietnam Airborne Rangers, and they stuck a company of women with them. I had a fucking blast. Earned the nickname Wicked, so you understandably you know now where that comes from. Even my son said my email address is this, so I have everybody knows me as Wicked. I'm 5'2", green eyes, strawberry blonde hair. Actually, I have hazel eyes. I say green. But my optometrist said I was one of the few who actually had hazel eyes. Never explained that to me, but okay. So it caught up on me. I also said I would mention Charlie Kirk's assassination, the way they massacred this man in front of thousands of kids, how they shot over the heads of thousands of kids. He paid his security millions of dollars. They just took off, except for a couple who managed to carry him and throw him in a car and take him 25 minutes later to a hospital. I haven't seen lately anything from the widow, bless her. I think widows should be wearing black and left alone for at least the first year, other than if you have nothing nice to say nothing. If you have some detritus you want to unload, don't do that. She's a widow, 2 kids. Nor did I know he was married and had 2 kids. Didn't know any of that. Knew him as the boys that proved me wrong at the colleges and universities, and I love that. And then when I found out more, it just broke my heart. So I said I would talk about Charlie every time I came up. So he's not going to be forgotten by the podcasters. Now, this man his pallbearer was the vice president of the United States. This man was something else. And he didn't have notes. He didn't take notes. He didn't have a tablet. He didn't have somebody whispering to him. He didn't have something where he's reading from, a prompter. No. It was one on one, and what he said was right here in his head. And to take that man from his wife, his children, and the people that adored him. And I can't get over the fact they say it's just no for everybody. Um, that's a hell of a shot to make. Yeah, I might be military. I'm marksman qualified. I did real good. I got my medals. My husband's sniper trained, also Army veteran. And we keep, as they now call them, long guns, but we have rifles. And we have a 30-06 and 9 millimeters and so forth. Most of my handguns also have a sight, a laser sight, so I can paint whatever it is I'm going to shoot at. I like that, and I like a 9 millimeter. That's one of my favorites. So, and my husband got me some gun. I think it's 22. Have you fired it yet? I've been. I always carry a weapon. Ever since I enlisted, I've carried a weapon. And technically, I didn't do that so much as at first as I do now. I was at a Battle of Flowers parade in San Antonio, and we were locked down. I mean, we were in the road, putting our bodies over the kids, trying to get them to safety, and I hadn't brought a gun. And after that, That's it. Because the life you save may not be just your own. I had 2 kids that were sheltering in the area that I had kind of thrown them to, and it was hours, you know? It was not a little time, and this person that was carrying out these murders was using, for God's sakes of all things, an M16, which is actually still one of my favorite weapons, but it was really bad. So I decided from now on, you know, to actually get my concealed carry permit and do just that carry. So I'm getting a kick out of some people. I don't know what it is, but somehow people seem to be confused that they don't need an ID at a traffic stop. They don't need insurance at a traffic stop. They don't need registration at a traffic stop. And they don't need to roll down their window nor give their name to give my name to fucking grocery shopping. What the hell is wrong with you people? And then you get, you know, the window gets broken. They drag you over the broken glass, you idiots. They tase you 3 times, pepper spray you, and throw you in handcuffs after they've made you eat the concrete. What the fuck? Did you just get up that day and say, oh man, I'm going to piss off these cops? It worked. Here's your sign. It's like suicide by cop. Actually, saw a few of them today. I'm allowed to smoke these. I do not smoke. I had to quit some time ago. And my husband gives me a break on these that when I'm up here, I can have one of my cigarillos because they go out when I'm talking. And he knows that when I'm doing a podcast, I'm talking. I'm like Bill Maher, kind of. Hey, Bill, been watching you a long time. Joe Rogan, hey guys, love you. And shout out to Cat Williams just because I adore him. But I said, you know, this, everybody pulls clips. I don't see very rarely uh, most of them doing this. That just that we get up and they have people there, they have guests, but there's not so much that's thrown up so that you can do this. A lot of people, and I like them. They have good podcasts, but they pull up whatever it is that they want to talk about, and that takes up their whole time. I want to hit on everything, whatever everybody wants to do. So maybe that's the writer in me. It feels like plagiarism to take somebody else's work and put it up there and say, hey, what do y'all think? Fuck that. You know what y'all think. You think it's okay to pay an insurance company $150,000 in the span of 30 years and get nothing back? You gotta try 50, 60 years. That's what we got going. Never even a fucking ticket. Did my insurance go down? Oh, fuck no. No, it didn't. Mm. Am I retired? Yes. Do we have a bar at home? You bet your sweet ass. We've got a Remington. We redesigned the house on the bottom floor in order to make it a bar. And I love this fucker. I really do. Mm, damn. My husband get these little whiskey sour balls. I'm sorry, fireballs, not sour balls. Whiskey fireballs. Got this of cinnamon when you take your shot. And I like my whiskey on ice. And so you think I'm having a lot of these, and technically I might be having more than I was, but the ice melts. I love that cinnamon. And yeah, we've all got colds up here. They know me so well at my little Walmart, and they're so cute. Where did you get this? And how did you get that? And we never see you in the same thing. And I'm thinking, do you know how it work to not be seeing them the same thing all the time? And I have a vast wardrobe, so it's fun. Which is all I had time to do for a year was buy stuff. Because I knew after sitting for a year, I was going, and at my age, I was going to win a few pounds. So there are some that I like the best. Today, I'm in black jeans, black shirt, uh, and black boots that are knee boots because they're kind of cut away a little bit so that this flap kind of rises up. They're cool. And I wore one of my black coats that is like the Victorian age. And every people I don't know stop me and say that. My husband took me out to Golden Corral yesterday, And I had a full length. I like the full length gowns, and that's what I've been wearing a lot lately. Very rarely, like today, it's raining real hard, so you don't usually see me in pants anymore. Not since I had that horrific injury. I just find it easier to grab a long skirt or long dress. So my husband asked me out. I ran in. I changed. It's a full black gown, flares out. The Peter Pan white collar, and I wore a sky blue coat with it that's cut in the Victorian era style, where you lace up the back and everything. It's really cute. So that was what I wore, and I end up wearing a headband a lot these days because it keeps the earphones on, and then I forget about the silly thing, and I take things on. So at the time I have this but I was standing there grinning and talking to the guy who's putting up some fresh chicken. And two or three of the women walked up and said, "You look fantastic. Did you have an event today? Or you look beautiful. I love what you do with that. Where did you get the coat and the dress?" And um, yeah, I can't give out free advertisement. I can't say it here either. So I kind of wrote it down on one girl's thing. Okay, this is incredible. So hopefully they'll get some things that they want. So I have like 40 dresses now that are either floor length or calf length, mid calf length. And they're like the 50s style, and I have the crinoline and stuff to put beneath them. I love that look. Most of the floor gowns, I have several slips and hoops that I can put on them, but I usually don't. They flow very well without that, so I just let them on. But they're really cute when they see that I'm not in it or in a dress, back in boots and pants, and they're so cute about it. They really are. What do you need? What do you want? Because they'll help me out in it. Because I know I was broken for a year. I was watching one of the fast chases that they had, and I thought, this isn't fast. The guy went like 63 miles while they were chasing, like 14 counties. They even had the SWAT tank out there, and still this guy would maneuver around him after they hit him three times. He's still going around. It's kind of funny. And then I saw one I thought was terrible. I watched it because they said that somebody was returning fire, something like that. But so I watched it because I was really worried. And here they're playing ring around the squad car, and he's shooting, and the bad guy's shooting, and I was like, damn. Somehow the guy got out of that situation too. At first, he got into the police cruiser and was going to steal it. And I think I've always seen, and I wondered about that, the keys. They've always got their keys. So he wasn't able to turn it on or anything because the officer had the keys. The officer got shot in the head, and he still wouldn't give up. He got that dumb bastard. He did. Shoot me, you. Shove his head in the grass. I thought that was fun. I saw that and my husband's trying to shoot me. I wish he would, because at our age, we're like, oh, fuck it. So I decided to check out a few other things while I was up and into politics. I, I'm still I'm still mind goggled by the fact that I saw Camel floating by. And then when you think you've seen it all, your president, I call him Donnie. I like him. He's our asshole. He might be an asshole, but he's ours. And he's good. But I still I can't wrap my head around too much of invading another country, stealing the president wife, and then putting him in jail in our country. I have no idea how that works, but he made it work. There is supposed to be somebody that is, I don't know, president or acting or something, and the people like them. So it should turn out well. I hope. I don't know. They have so much going on, and I decided that I'm gonna. I already stopped driving at night, but I'm like 10 seconds away from not having my car, just taking an Uber. I only go to the VA for it's about 5 miles away and back, and my little grocery store about so the round trips I make are only 10 miles, and I might only do 10 miles in 2-3 weeks. And still, they won't lower my fucking insurance, bitches. They pissed me off. So we'll see how that goes. There's the other thing I noticed, and I like the Chinese series, several of them, and they killed the young boy Lu Bing Young. I'm not sure if I got his name right. I don't want to say that wrong. He was a wonderful guy. He was a great actor. I didn't even know he sang it. I cried for 3 days now, and also that's probably why I'm nasal. I did the same thing when Queen Elizabeth II died. You'd think I was her sister, but these things touch me deeply. And this boy was only 37, and he sang a song. You should look it up. He sings several. An early gift from my husband. I can't seem to. There we go. Maybe it's just. There we go. You can see. I'll try to do some pictures. This and another set of jewelry, earrings, necklace, and what else? Is earring and matching ring. So, and he's already done that twice, and it's not Valentine's, so maybe I'll get surprised again. I'm not holding my breath. I'm thinking he's rather hungry, and I wanted to do this early and pop through here so I could get out of it. It's like I said, going to storm here in Augusta, so I'm like, okay, bring it on. Let me get this done first. So I had to run to the store because Babe usually does it for me, and he's busy. So I said, okay, I'll run to the store. I hate driving in the rain. And then I get behind, both coming and going, and get behind this truck with a trailer. He does 35 miles. It's 2.5 miles, for God's sake. It took me 40 minutes to get there. I get there and I'm ringing around the rosy in the parking lot because suddenly everybody in God is there. I almost left. I was like, I just go to the food line down here. It didn't have nobody. So, mm, I would have if I didn't have some things on that list that I couldn't get there. Every time I tried, they don't have it. Bye. I'm going to probably get some. You what? I'm going to probably get some. It's not going to be. Oh, it's not. Okay, sweetie. When he put the bar in, we had it two entryways into the kitchen. Okay, sweetheart. And so he made. Okay, sorry. He's taking my car. He's a master mechanic, and whenever he gets me a car, and he does change me out, I've been real mad since the '90s. I had a Cadillac up until it was an old one, the long one. It was a '98, and I had that sucker till 3 years ago. And then he bought me two other Cadillacs, and they were sharp, I got to admit. But then the trannies went out in both of those, and he won't. He's like, "Fuck that! I'm going to get rid of this car." So just as I get used to a car, he gets me a new car. Now I don't have payments. He hands me the pink slip because I've done told him, "Don't you ever hand me again?" Because I've had two new cars too, and rack people. People don't care. They'll just hit you head on, T-bone you. Been there, done that. It's not good. So there was that. He's pretty good. My husband, I call him the long-suffering husband. He's behind me all the way as long as he's not on camera. But like I said, when he put the bar together, he thought it was a small bar, and this bar is a Remington, and it's a good 6 feet in a horseshoe shape, and then it has the big mirror with the drawers and where you can hang your stemware and stuff, and then underneath is the marble sinks and stuff for prep. And we put an ice maker up here. It's got its own refrigerator that we put in here, just to hold the overflow things. And then we put all the weird things that we bought, and we like to buy weird shit. Have you heard of that? No, let's get that for the mirror. So the top is full of different drinks different liqueurs, and the same with the bottom. And it turned out we had so many, and like we got three big cases of things for the bar, and we were like, we have stuff at the bar. Let's see, we have one has an old fashioned, and it has the pitcher and glasses. Then we have the one that's the whiskey decanter with the square cut top and the little decanter with it. And then we have a smoker's kit. It's a whiskey smoker's kit. And that one does all kinds of stuff that they did in the 20s. So I love that. My son just got us that one. So we have that on top of everything else. We have a major working bar. And I still can't get people to come in and sit down and talk. They don't understand how I can do it. I'm doing it because it's free, and I want to reach out to somebody, anybody let's use this. Let's just talk, have a laugh, have a drink. What the fuck? Life is short. And for some reason, it's incredibly fast. The last time I checked, it was 1992. I think they're lying to me. Duh. Ah, the ice really does do a good trick. Ah, I'm having my black cherry, which is an amazing little thing. The IBC one, I love that. And it's difficult to find. I do know, my husband knows this too. If you're giving me or trying to give me a soda that's in a can, I don't want it. Don't give me water either because that should taste like metal. It's the same as the metal tap. It's the same. I'm not paying you $4. That shit. People are stupid. I don't understand how the grocery stores have doubled, tripled, and in many cases quadrupled, especially animal food, and since the pandemic, which was only 3 or 4 years ago, and they doubled everything overnight when it was announced that it really was a pandemic. Doubled it. That's illegal. They didn't stop there. They tripled it once the pandemic was really getting a go on. When the pandemic suddenly stopped, they raised it again. So they've raised it 4 times during that era. Now that's great for most people. We're at an income that is the same, no matter what. You know, the government wants to put more taxes on it. They will. They'll take. We can't say nothing. You have to pay the prices if you want the food. You got to pay your rent if you want a roof over your head or mortgage. It's crazy out here. It really is. You look around though, and like, well, where would I go to get away from this? Show of hands. I got time. My lips are chapped. I love this thing. Yeah, none of us got that answer. We don't know where the hell we would go. There isn't anywhere that doesn't have a lot of problems. A lot of problems. I love the UK. When I was stationed in Germany, I ran through everything. That Versailles, I loved Versailles. And I believe in reincarnation, and so maybe that was why I liked it so much. But I ran through there 4 or 5 times. I mean, at a 10 when I was in my 20s with a kid talked like a football. Come on, let's go see where they got this. And I had him baptized by the Pope, which is not the Pope. They're standing in for the Pope. So you get this medal, and they sprinkle water on the baby, and that's really nice. I almost let them do it to me, but I didn't want to pay the extra lira or whatever it's called now. European currency, I don't know, but it's all the same. That was another stupid thing they did. The other stupid thing they did is, oh, we don't need borders. Yes, you motherfucking need borders. It's like, I don't need no fucking badges. Fucked up, 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 fucked up. To borrow a scene from my favorite Cat Williams. Hey, baby. I mean, totally right. That man know his shit. And funny as hell. I love seeing him. So, like I said, I'm not like Bill Maher. I'm not like all of them. Unless somebody wants to come and see me and it's Augusta, send a comment. I'll look you up. Even if you just want to come by for a drink, you're more than welcome. Throw it in the comments, hit the live chat. Otherwise, I get over here and I go, well, I think I'm talking to somebody. Yeah, I'm not positive. I think it's me. I'm the one that's talking. So, let's see what else I had noticed today. Um, oh, yes, that was the other thing I was wanting to understand. That these people have been going through the airport and then headed to Dubai, and they find $6 million in cash in their carry-ons. So they know already it's been billions, and they know already that this has all been. We have funded all the terrorists in Gaza, and we have funded all the terrorists in Somalia. Just to make it simple, Google it. I mean, I used to say go read a book, and I still do. But this generation, you might as well give that up. Let's say, it annoys me because they go out, and my husband, I won't buy any myself. I don't want to start smoking again. but it does annoy me. So I always relight it. And I enjoy when I'm up here because otherwise I don't get this pucker. Mm, tears. Oh God, that's good. Oh, well, I think I spilled that a little bit. But I have that kind of day, it looks like. The kitchen is right next to everything. Yeah, I have to go tall on my lip. This is why I love the bar. I don't have to go anywhere. The other thing I saw, I think I started mentioning, was the young man, like I said, in China. I've seen him in many of the episodes that are set in ancient China, and he was a wonderful actor and he's a wonderful guy. I was absolutely happy hearing that he had a child. So I know he had a child. I'm horrified for his wife, but I'm grateful that this young man had some kind of family life. And that's the song. He changed the song from "Do You Miss Me Too." He changed the words in it to say, to tell the truth that he's made to sign contracts in ink and blood and sweat. It's in the lyrics. Mei Ling, I think it's the same. I may be mispronouncing it, but you can look and see. I'm sure Google has it. So I wanted to say, prayers may his memory be a blessing. I love that from the Israelis. What's been going on around the world? I don't know about you guys, but it seems biblical. I'm not one to thump a Bible and run around to all of you and say, you got to do this because it's coming. Most of the Bible is absolutely historic and I mean history, and they do prove this. Goliath was real. They found this fucking drinking cup. It had Goliath written on it. How cool is that? And then they found that under the Gaza Plateau, way out past it actually, they still apparently haven't gone there. They have another underground city, and this city is definitely technical. It's not like the pyramids. It's although I believe they were the ones that did it. Mr. Edgar Casey, the sleeping prophet, predicted that there would be Atlantean records under the right Sphinx of the Paw. Uh, they found one in 97, 98, or something like that. The water wouldn't go out, and they couldn't keep it out, so they couldn't get in there really to explore. Now they found that there are chambers within the Great Pyramid. There's two extra chambers in Tutankhamun's tomb. So I believe there's at least two in the Great Pyramid. Then they find through satellite, like LIDAR. I love the LIDAR. That there's a city beneath the Gaza Plateau, and it's huge, and it's definitely not been built by guys with chisels and bronze hammers. Neither were the pyramids. There's a lot to be said about this, so I was hoping people might jump in. I apologize for the mess. Like I said, I had to run out early and grab groceries and stuff. Got behind some idiot that did 35 miles an hour perfectly fine. His three Mexicans in the car, and it was 45. He did 35 all the way there. I'm like, God. So I'm doing 35, getting to the stop sign. Let's finally make it. I think, okay, cool. And I had managed, I like to manage to try to do it while I can get some music in the car instead of news. And sure enough, here we go. And there's a car that's doing 35. Turns into my subdivision. I'm right behind this bitch. She sat at the stop sign long enough for her to use her mirrors and look at me. I was waving. How you doing, neighbor? I'm a block from the house at this point. She can go right, she can go left. But for me, I go left and immediate right. As I come around that curve, there's my home. It's on the cul-de-sac. It's the first one up on the high ground. Thank you, Lord. And sure enough, they go right, and I go left. finally go left. And the hubby's here, so it took so long. He's like, "Don't ask, just get the shit out of the car." Next time you fucking go, I ain't done this no more. So yeah, people were rude. They were slow. They were very strange today. My guys, of course, always have a great attitude when I see them. So I'm always glad I see the guys at Walmart. I don't know what it is, but my husband says you're known everywhere. And so I cannot, and I don't believe in it. My parents, I had adopted parents. I was adopted at 9, and it was, you had clothes you played in, you had school clothes, and then you had clothes for like funerals, Easter, things like that. I used to love Easter. Everything white, little purses and little lace socks with the white shoes, and so I still do Easter. I always do Halloween as well. So that's been fun. I don't know if my husband is talking to me in the background because I have my ears on, and he might have yelled from the doorway. I can't tell. He annoys me that way. So I'm hoping they'll come out with more on what they found beneath the Giza Plateau. Because Mr. Casey said this is where the Atlantean records are. We need those records. I mean, the world needs those records, not just Sahi Hawass, who was trained, and the American people at the Enlightenment Center and Research of Edgar Casey paid for that man's education so that he could look under the Sphinx's right paw. Is there something? Can you tell them anything? Can they investigate? Well, he let them pay for his degrees, and he has several. He's a rude, ugly person. I could, if I was in a tour group and he spoke to me like that, so help me God, I would have moved around from the back, walked past 400 people till I got to him and slapped the absolute bitch off him. I mean, what the hell did you just say to me? You, again, the army shows up sometimes, and we weren't trained as women, and they told us it was cute. Don't walk like women. Because now you're regular army, you're men. Well, you're trainees. Well, you're soldiers. Took him a little while. It's like I told my girls, and I went in with rank, another idiot thing to do. I had 3 stripes when I went in, so I was a PFC, and the rest of them were trainees. But if you have rank in the army, everything goes downhill. So when they fuck up, they come looking for your ass. It's like if you check out the movie with Goldie Hawn, she played my part. It's a cute part of it. It's not showing the hard ass shit, but it shows a little bit. I mean, you had to qualify just like the men. You marched with the men, you cleaned with the men, you lived in the same. I was Bravo Third Battalion. There was you know 4 more companies of men. That's how you make battalion. And so when you marched, when you qualified, when you bivouacked, when you did all this, you did it as not just a company, although it was a company, but you did it as a battalion. And so you weren't just, with, say, Charlie Company, you were with, everybody. And if they had to do 200 push ups, so did you. Honey, I came out there, I had no neck. But I had a nice ass because the guy I used to date that I had given my engagement ring back to because he didn't like the fact that I had enlisted, although he was in the army as well at this point. And I was like, you're not holding me. Nobody's holding me. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Here's your ring. And it broke his heart. So he said, he was a really good guy. He was funny as hell. He used to sneak us all into the drive through, go to the drive in. Be 14 of us in the back of his GTO in the trunk. We went with several times, especially Star Wars, the first time I took my son. We had keggers in the back of the van. Well, I always have, I used to always, haven't lately, had a Halloween party. And the deal was you had to come in a toga one time. And my son would be given tickets and stamping hands. So if they left, they could come back in because we stamped them. And it was a $2 entry fee. We must have had 38, you know, uh, kegs. And the guys thought it was cute because they had just found Velcro towels. So did the women. You see where I'm going with that, right? It's like one time I used to be T-shirt brigade in Fort Sam Houston. We would go out to the concerts, and we'd be in their T-shirts, and we were in the front rows, standing to make sure people didn't get past us and get to them. And I showed up one time for Van Halen, and I was sitting way up on the bleachers, but I was sitting at the edge, so you could see through the curtain, which was drawn. And Eddie was chasing what's his name? I can't think of the blonde, David Lee Roth. He was chasing him and whipping with this towel. One of the funniest things I have ever seen in my life. I'm busting it, you know. And they both stop, and David grabs the towel back. He's off, you know. And he's going, "Hey, what you doing?" Smoking one, you know, talking. He ran back, got a magnum of champagne for me. And by this point, nobody's being allowed in. It's just like us and Van Halen. He was such a great guy. And I was very saddened to see him leave us. And I love Valerie Bertinelli from the time that she started acting. And I felt for her because I've been through the same thing. I think most women have. Um, I felt for her. I really did. Those two they were soulmates. And yet I noticed that when they did finally split, she finally had a divorce. And he picked another girl, looked just like her almost. He picked the same thing. Um, but he didn't live long, I guess, long enough to piss this girl off. Plus, he was in no fit condition to travel and do concerts anymore. It broke my heart, really did. And then I saw his son play, and I knew it hadn't died with him. And then right behind him, we lost so many. We lost Prince. Um, we lost Michael Jackson. It was just bam, 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 bam. It was always something. And yes, I'm retired, and I'm in I straddled 2 centuries, and I never thought I'd do that. And for some reason, they're just running by. So if anybody else thinks that, please get in touch with me. Let's see. Uh, yeah, I can't. I don't see any chat up yet. So y'all come on, get up in here and talk to me. I got computers everywhere, but I'm about to bounce. So if you want to see me, you want to talk to me, still put it in the comments. I do this live, and I usually don't change anything. So I don't drop videos unless I'm asked. What you see is what you get. You want to talk about anything and everything and have a drink, be it here or virtually, stop by and see me. I so need people to come in. That really, honestly, I'll give you the truth here. I don't give a flat shit with you ever, whether I have people that come through and, talk. I would prefer that. But my grandson says, "Grandma, you don't like people." He's right. I don't generally like people. Penny. That's Penny. We have rescue cats both inside and outside. That's another long story. I'll write a book. And they will sit there and do like Penny's doing, scream at me because they're hungry. And they're not, it's not time for them to eat. They eat twice a day. And they eat as both kibble, and they have moist food mixed with it. And they'll come off on you and tell you, "Bitch, I'm hungry." Most of them are sleeping. I've got one over here, fast walker, sound asleep. He's a painter cat. But yeah, so we have a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, if you see me, give me a break. Come on over and talk to me. Have a drink. I mean, I swear to God, the first round would be on me. Just come up and see me and say, "Hey." If you're in the Augusta area, put it in the comments how I can reach you. And I'll be happy to entertain us here at the bar. Or have you entertain us here at the bar. But I would bet even money that it would be magnificent. I have a lot of friends, and they don't want to do it because they just seem to be. Several of them call it the heebie-jeebies. So there's a name. I'm gonna finish that off before I go. Have you seen where the Somalis are getting their homes and vehicles? seized. I can't stop laughing. The other thing that scares me is I keep seeing both the Somalis and the Punjabis. That's a word, I'm not sure. Driving big rigs. These are fucking missiles, people. These are, I'm not stopping till I shoot through your fucking vehicle. These people don't even have a license. No, no, I drive in India. Or no, no, I know how to drive. This is mine. This is my brother's. We go and deliver this. Meanwhile, they're pulling this with a 4x4 truck. They're not don't have any DOT numbers. The ones that are actually a truck, semi, they got fake DOT numbers. I figure they can get through. And they were. Like I said, the airport had people leave in probably every day loaded with cash. Now, you cannot tell me that USAID and all this shit wasn't involved. Oh, it's for the children. It's for the children. They can get that. I mean, can you get in that Lamborghini anyway? You're going to strap them to the fucking roof because it's only got 2 fucking seats. How the hell is that for the children? No, that's not for the children. I'm so tired and sick and tired of hearing that crap. I've seen a couple of them that's funny that were back in Somalia. They're like, they took my passport. Come and help me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Mm. We had that bitch up in the fucking Senate, in Congress, on committees. And she hates America. Hates us. Makes no qualm about the fact that she hates us. Why the fuck is she in Congress? Why in the fuck all has she not been freezed on her assets and kicked the fuck out of the United States is beyond me. When I grew up, I don't know what they did to the Bible, and I don't know what they changed in school politics and so forth. But in the History 101, this is not the way it went. It's just not the way it went. We could accept illegal aliens. Once they were legal, they could come in. And that's the difference. They're screaming at the man, oh, your wife is legal. No, his fucking wife ain't. She paid her dues. She learned her shit. She took her test. Now she's an American citizen. And she holds dual citizenship. My son held dual citizenship. He was born in Heidelberg, Germany. And when that happens, even if you are there and you are Army and you were stationed there, they if he'd have gone over there, he would have had to serve 2 years in the German army. All of their population, both men and women, serve 2 years. And by 20, they can start at 18, but by 20, excuse me, they will be up there firing. They need that shit. They need that discipline. I was so grateful that my grandson went. And when he came back from Korea, I did not recognize this boy. He started yelling at me, at his grandmother, that Trump needed to be shot and stuff like this. I was like, oh my fucking God. He's one of these idiots that they programmed. It broke my heart. It really did. I mean, we got in an altercation. We really did. It was Grandpa stepped in because he got up in my face. And you don't do that usually in live. You can ask my son about that. When he woke up, he decided he didn't want to do that shit no more. I'll play with you. I am your mama. I am your grandmother. You expect me to play with you? You expect to get away with that? Oh, no, sir. Yeah. I don't care what I got to grab. I don't. I'm going to knock you to the floor and start beating your head in the concrete. You can call the goddamn 911 all you want. But I'm going to kick your fucking ass while you waiting on it. My grandson and my son will tell us the truth. Ladies, you can't let them do this to you. Wives, grandmothers, mothers, you can't let them do it. It never stops if you do. Once they have that foothold, and without writing another book, that's the reason I got a divorce. Another book. But my husband stepped forward during that altercation, and he had pulled the sandbag. My grandson had. And I had already gone in the stance. I'm going to fuck you up. And my husband was on the staircase and we were right front side of the staircase. And he just reached down and went, and the kid went, I thought I passed out there for a second. We don't play. No, we're not playing that game. You're not going to come at me. I'll shoot you. Give a fuck who you are. You goddamn respect your elders will be taught to. I mean, that hasn't changed any. And I see my time is nearly up, probably with my husband as well. He seems antsy today. I don't know why, but he is. Look at that. He done went to the store and everything. He's looking at his watch going, You're not off yet? No, I've been up for 15 minutes. That's a new watch. Nice. He gets those things. In any event, I think I will cut it short today. I see a bunch of comments. I'll see if I can get to them tonight sometime. Live stream has been a little slow this morning, but I have tried to answer everybody. Here's a couple more, and thank you. No, I don't have a Patreon address yet. I guess I ought to get one. Um, but then I have to stock it and all that stuff. So I don't make any money doing this, and then I would have to invest money and so forth and so on. I really don't want to get into that game. Uh, He showed me he found me a huge I like Stouffer's tuna casserole. And for the love of God, the only ones that seem to carry shit like that is Kroger. And we got lucky. A brand new Kroger is like a mile from us. It's at the gate, to the base. So we're good with that. I mean, they threw out a bunch of generators after Helene hit, and they actually opened up a few weeks into the second week. Uh, Augusta being shut down. It was a royal mess, let me tell you. When they called for ice and snow, my husband even went out and split like a cord of wood because we've been through one of those. We won't fucking with you. We're like, okay, let's do this. But I will see if I can't get back at any of the comments I've got. As far as that video, look through it again, jump back in comments. I usually don't drop a video. I think it's kind of like plagiarism. But if you want me to, send it back into the comments for me because you didn't add that you wanted to see that again. I just assume everybody's already seen them, like me 1,000 times. So my husband is doing so much time picking up more of what he's doing than what I'm doing. So I'm going to end it here, guys. I'll be in on Friday because I've gone to 3 days a week. And again, he's being a jackass. I really ought to put in my camera so you can see he's being a jackass, but we won't. So everybody try to hang in there. Friday's going to be a good day. Everybody keep us an eye on what's going on there in Minneapolis. And it's been funny in Atlanta too, but I'll touch on that next time. In the meantime, y'all go with God. Amen.